Welcome to Writing 250. My name is Mark Watkins and I'll be your instructor for our full summer session. The purpose of this screencast is to welcome you to the course, to introduce our Blackboard learning environment, to introduce myself as a writer to you all and tell you a little bit about what you can expect from this class. As you can see on our overhead right now, this is our Blackboard course landing page. It's what you will see when you log in the course. It's also what you see when you click on welcome. A few key features to do as you log in the website. Make sure that you click our Blackboard browser check and make sure that the browser that you're using, whether that's Firefox, Google Chrome, or Safari, is compatible for our learning environment. Other important information like our office hours, of course I'm online. You can reach me through email for the most part, by appointment, and our links to our Writing 250 full syllabus are located here. And more importantly and this is our full calendar for the course that is located here that you can scroll through. That tells you when assignments are due, what readings are due, and will also be updated as we go throughout the course of the semester. So that's a brief introduction to our course. We'll go through it again in just a few minutes and more in depth too about what you can expect. But what I want to do now is introduce myself and go over some very specific elements of the class. So this is a picture of me. You'll be expected to put a picture of yourself up on one of our very first assignments to actually introduce yourself to your classmates and to your instructor as well. You'll also be giving us some different background on yourself, from the education, your hobbies, your interests, and basically just telling us who you are. I'll go first. It's always awkward, of course, when you're introducing yourself to someone, and thankfully you guys don't have to do this by screencast. You just have to do it through writing and doing a visual image. But my education, my background is in creative writing, and I received my degree, my MFA in creative writing at Texas State University in 2010 and began teaching composition here at the University of Mississippi in 2011. I love teaching students. I love working with you guys one-on-one. It is a little bit difficult when it's an online class because you don't necessarily see each other all the time. However, we're going to use some different technology that I'll discuss in a minute that will hopefully be able to allow us to interact face-to-face. And like I said, my background's in creative writing. I actually do quite a bit of editing and writing on my own, and my first book's coming out next year. So that's me sort of in a nutshell. My hobbies. I do a lot of woodworking and construction around my house, which I guess isn't really a hobby. It's just something to do. And when I'm not working as a teacher, I'm watching my 2-year-old daughter, Margaret, pretty much full time. So what is Writing 250? Well, it's basically a class that's designed to help you get more knowledge about your major, or what we call your academic discipline. It's a community-based class, so there aren't very many lectures. There's a lot of workshop, there's a lot of peer review, and quite a few discussions where you'll have a back and forth relationship with your fellow students and also with your instructor. You'll basically do a proposal for almost every major assignment and have that be approved and commented on by myself and your fellow students. And when I say academic discipline, that basically means what you plan to do with your major. What field of study are you going into? It could be education, it could be the law, it could be social work, but this will give you some idea of what the research is going to be involved for your professional audience. And that's basically the understanding of the course too. It's a truncated explanation of it. Our syllabus has a complete explanation that you guys are going to have to read and familiarize yourself with. But the other thing to think about is that there is an e-portfolio requirement for this class. And we'll explain what that is more in depth on week 3. But every major class in our writing program has a reflection element, and that is what we are expecting you guys to reflect on over the course of the semester. And like I said before, I'll go more in depth on that on week 3. Okay, well, there is obviously a technology component with this class. Not only will you have to have a computer with a good solid internet connection, but you'll be using some different ways of communicating with me and your fellow classmates. There's something called Google Hangouts, which is sort of like a very updated version of Skype. So if you have a webcam with a laptop or just a webcam on your desktop PC, you'll actually be able to see and interact with your fellow students. And what you're watching right now is what we call a screencast, which is just a video recording of what is on someone's laptop, and you'll be using some free software to actually communicate with each other too. You will have to download Microsoft Office for this, but you don't have to actually pay for it. Microsoft Office 365, which I'll send along to you guys in a link, and maybe even embed that into our course syllabus, is now free for students. It will give you access to the entire Microsoft Office Creative Suite. That's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and you will also be given a full terabyte of online storage space. So that will help out a lot. You really can't use, if you have a Mac, any of the other type of writing software for this, like Pages, because Blackboard does not understand Pages. So you need to download and use Microsoft Word for this for most of our writing programs. Okay, well, where to begin on this course? And I'll take us back to our Blackboard course page in just a second, but you obviously want to download, reviews the syllabus and also the course calendar. Familiarize yourself with some course expectations and budget proper time for coursework. It's an online class, and you are expected to log in every week and actually participate in the course every week too. Otherwise, your grade will suffer for that if you do not do so. Most of our major assignments are going to be due midnight on Sunday. If you have like a peer review or rough draft, that's generally going to be due in the middle part of the week on a Wednesday at midnight as well. But for the most part, it's a class that you can take at your own pace to a point. What I mean by that is when I unlock the Blackboard course, you cannot simply just go through the entire semester worth of classes and content right away. It's not a self-paced class. You actually have to sit down and do coursework each and every week. But make sure you go ahead and download the software I mentioned before and order your textbook, which is on our course syllabus. It's also my LMS. And think about preparing an introduction, who you are as a student, your education major, and your hobbies. Doesn't have to be anything that advanced, and I'll go over where to do that in just a second, but just to get to know each other for this stage. Okay, well, taking us back to our Blackboard course site. All of our material is underneath the course content section on Blackboard here. That's this section right here. I'll click on it. Okay, we'll have weekly folders where we go through much more of our in-depth assignments every week, and we'll be working on 4 or 5 different academic units, and those will be located here, and they will have our copies of our prompts, copies of our rubrics, and student samples of academic essays too. And you see our first one is called Finding Your Academic Voice, and it gives you a brief description of what that is here. I won't go too far in depth with it just yet, but what I will do is go through our weekly folders and kind of discuss what you can expect through this. Okay, well, most of our assignments are going to be underneath the weekly folders, and they're either going to be hyperlinked here underneath the tasks folder, or you're going to scroll down to the very bottom and find like what it says, the proposal for your academic voice essay. You'll usually have a reading journal and some sort of coursework due with discussions each week. And like it says here, as a reminder, it's not a self-paced class. Week 2 coursework is not going to be available to you until Sunday. And I'll have to revise the dates because this is a little bit older course, but that's going to be Sunday, I believe in May, not Sunday in June. But all material is here from different lecturers, from different people in our department that will design to help you with our course assignments, and different assignment links down here as well for like your mini proposal for your academic voice essay. So what I'm going to do is the first assignment that you do is obviously familiarize yourself with the course, but then complete course introduction under 1.1. And once you click on it, you'll see quite a few of our discussion posts, but as you see, the ones that are down here, like 1.2 form is not currently available. That will be available to you the second week of class. But this is your first assignment, and it's 250 words long, where you will just post your actual introduction to the class, and then try to respond to at least 200 other introductions as well. And to do so, you just click on it, and you create a thread by clicking on the Create Thread button up here. Not that much different for doing other items like reading journals, which will be here as well. You can click on that, and it gives you a short little prompt for your reading journal, and you just click on Create Journal Entry, and you then type up your journal entry there as well. Okay, that's the basics of the course. I do hope you guys will email me and contact me if you have any questions. I'm here for you all and usually do a pretty good job of responding to your emails within 24 hours. So I look forward to getting to know you all.